Okay, so I'm going to be giving you a slab of clay. Once you get your slab of clay, you want to tear it to about 2 equal parts. You're going to have a little bit more on your pinch pot side than your decorative side. So you have a little bit here and a little bit here. Once you get your clay, you're going to just take it and we're going to form it into a pinch pot. So you take and you just make it into a ball. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball. You don't even have to like roll it all smooth. It's just a ball. Once you have a ball, you're going to take your thumb. You're going to stick your thumb into your clay to where you have a hole. Then you're going to take your hand. You're going to make it look like a duck. And you're going to pinch going around. So you're taking and pinching going around the bowl. So we're hands like so. We're pinching going around. Bringing that pinch pot around. Making a pot. Now, once you have your pot shape, you can take your finger and we just kind of rub it smooth. Because you do want your pinch pot to be nice and smooth. So I like to kind of make my base where I have a nice flat base. So I kind of place it on the table. So I have a nice little flat base right there on my pot. And then kind of pinch around. You want it about Oreo cookie thickness. You don't want it paper thin and you don't want it too thick. So it's about an Oreo cookie thickness going all the way around. So now just making sure I have a nice pot shape. I'm smoothing any little edges. So I have a nice smooth pot. I can even kind of take it onto the table and kind of smooth my rim. This will be the rim where the opening of your pot is. So this is the main part of our pot. So we have our little pinch pot. It's not very big. This is the body of your llama. We're going to create some feet. So I'm going to take and I'm going to make 4 circles. I'm going to have 1, 2. You want your circles to be even. So if they're not even, add a little bit more clay so that they're nice and even. 3. And then 4 spheres. So you want to have 4 spheres that are even. Once you've done that, we're going to flatten them a little bit. So they're like kind of a 1/2 inch coin size. All I did was kind of squish it between my thumbs. Like so. So they're nice and flat. Now I'm going to make these 4 where they're attached to the base of my pot. Now to do that, I'm going to flip my pinch pot over. Where I'm going to attach something, I'm going to score that is just like scratches. And it gives it a texture so it will grip on the clay. You press. If you leave it like that, it's going to fall off. You have to smooth. That is taking your pencil or your finger and smoothing it around. So choose which one you're doing, whether it's your pencil or your finger. So I have 1 little llama foot, and then I score, press, smooth, I have 2 little llama feet. I score, press, smooth, and then I get my 4th little llama foot, score, press, and smooth. Okay, so we have our pinch pot and we have our 4 legs. Now we're gonna make what is going to be the llama's head, and it'll also be like really little handle, you know. It might more likely be a flower pot than something you can drink out of. We'll see how they turn out, whether they're more of a flower pot or they're more of a drinking item. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your extra clay. We're gonna leave us a little tiny piece for our ears and little decorations. And we're going to roll a coil. You want that coil to be about your thumb's width, okay? So we're going to get it to where it's gonna attach, but you also want it to come in a little bit to where you have a head. In fact, I can make this a little bit smaller. So I've got enough where it's kind of a handle, but it's coming off. And I have a shape that's going to make more of a head shape. So we're kind of bending a little head shape right here. I have a little piece coming out. So I've kind of just, all I did is wrap that coil on itself a little bit. Right now it looks a little bit ducky, but we kind of flatten that face and makes it a little bit more round, like a llama, and you get its little head right up there. Okay, so now I have my llama shape. I have my little piece down here. I want to attach it to my pinch pot. It's very important that it gets attached to the pinch pot. I score. I'm scoring right here. I'm pressing as much of it onto the pot as I can and smoothing. And depending on how round your pinch pot is, mine's a little bit more square, you know. The body size will match maybe a little bit better. So I have smoothed the body onto the llama. I have my llama. Now I want to kind of get some little decorations onto the llama. So I want to maybe make some little eyes. Like it has some sleepy eyes. I can even add some little eyelashes. So I have the eyes right here. Okay, and then those little sleepy eyelashes. I can then think about its little nose. Those are kind of little C shapes. Maybe a little line for its llama mouth. I want to have some ears. So I'm going to take some of these pieces I have right here, try to make 2 equal pieces. I'm going to roll them into a sphere where I have 2 equal spheres. Just like I did with the feet, I'm going to take it with my hand. I'm going to press them. Right now, they're very round. I want them to be a little bit more oval. So all I do is squish them more into an oval shape. So I have 2 oval ears. Notice they're not super paper thin. There's always somebody who takes their clay and they want it to be this thin. If your clay is this thin, air will break it. So don't make your clay really thin. You want it thick. If it's thick like this, it's going to attach and it's not going to break. So we're going to score it where I want to attach it to the head. And I want to attach it to each other too, so I'm going to score on the sides. So I've scored right here. I'm going to attach them together. I'm going to attach it here. And I'm smoothing it. I can smooth it with my fingers. I can smooth it with my pencil. I can then kind of look at the ears, maybe with my pencil press a little indentation in there so it makes it a little bit more ear-like. Okay, I'm always kind of making sure my pot is staying up. I can then add some decoration, so maybe I want to make some flowers on it. So I make a small circle for a pollen. I'm going to roll a bigger circle. I'm going to press. Now it kind of looks like an oval. Then I can take with my pencil and trace out a little flower I like. And then I can kind of cut it out. We'll see if we have some different little shape cookie cutters too that are small that we can use from some different designs if you want to add some of those. So I've kind of made some little ovals for a flower. I'm going to make this circle a little bit smaller. So I make a little flower. I can add a little flower on my llama's head so it looks like it's wearing some flowers on its head. Make another little pollen. Make another circle. Press. Draw my design. It's kind of a cloud shape. And then I can just take my pencil and cut off those little areas. Remember, flowers are organic shapes, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And my little pollen in the center. So I have another little flower. So now I have some little flowers on its head. I could do 3 or I could do 2. It all depends on how much you want on there. Then, so we have our llama with this little llama face. Llamas would wear a little, what is it called? A carpet or a little rug that goes over them. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, you can choose to just do that with your pencil and draw your little design. Or you can use some of our texture plates. And we have lots of different texture plates. And our texture plates look something like this. Okay, so you pick the one that you like for your design. I'm going to place it on the side. And I'm making it like a little carpet. So I have a little design pressed out on there. And then going to the other side. And I make a little carpet. And I press that out. So once I have my little carpet design, I also want to make sure that this is still staying up. It's nice and smooth. Okay. And you can add any other little designs you might want to have on your carpet. I can draw with my little pencil, little carpet rug. I can add some little designs on the rug right here. Maybe some little tassels coming off the little rug. I can add and attach maybe some little pom-poms to make it a little bit more 3D. So I can add some little circles. If you want to add to the design on there, you can like, oops, pulled out my pencil, add some little designs inside that. And it's really anything you want to have like decorative going around it on its sides. Making sure the head stays up. Going on the other side. Making my little rug. Making sure this is all attached. If If you want to add a little llama tail, you can add a little tail on it. It doesn't have very much of a tail, llamas. I'm just adding different designs onto it. I still have a little bit extra. I could give it a little scarf or a collar. Anything is like this is just like a little design. So you use all your clay. So I've just kind of added some different little texture designs, a little heart on my collar. Just kind of helping with my stability. Any kind of little designs that you want to have. If you want to add texture on the back, you can add some little fur textures on its tail and on the back side of the llama. And that's just all I did was like little lines. Make sure your head's good and attached. Make sure anything is smooth. Very gently write your name on the inside of your pinch pot. So I have my name on the inside. I have my little llama. Double check all your little designs that you added on are good and attached, because you don't want them falling off. Make sure your head is attached. You don't want any little cracks coming around in here. So smooth those on really good. And so then we have our little cup, and that will be our handle once it's done. And it's up to you if you're just more ovalish. Mine's a little bit more ovalish, or if it's a little bit more round. It doesn't really have to be perfect. It's just a little llama pinch pot, okay?